Let me tell you something. Being a wife is making sure you have the soap powder. The wife is making sure you might throw those clothes in the washing machine. Being a wife is not coming to pick up your drawers after you. That is not.
Who said you had to pick up the drawers? Tell them say y'all want to go do it. This is my point here with that. Yeah. We always act like that's such a big thing. Like, especially for the women. Wait a minute. Especially for the women that got kids. Y'all should be cleaning the house anyway. Y'all should be cooking anyway. So you cook.
Great catch. I'm a great wife. I'm a great this. And it's like that hasn't been validated.
All these single girls of yours too. I don't know.
The one thing that I'm seeing is that when you're dealing with a grown ass man,
there it is.
He has a vision and a purpose for his life.
Facts.
What he wants in the future. And what I see is that a lot of these modern women don't want to fall into and play their part in that purpose and in that vision because they have their own purpose and their own vision. I think a lot of women get it confused. Not your responsibility to motivate a man.
Right.
A man should have his own motivation, his own direction. Your job is to inspire. It's a complete difference. I think a lot of ladies get a man.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck, Vince on deck, Hirsch on deck. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
Hello. Happy. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, as we always do. All right. So let me do something real quick because I said I'm not about to let this slide on by. So let me happy belated to my guy Vince over here. So shout out to my guy Vince.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. Anything special, man, or you was chilling, man?
Well, it was 51 years around the sun. Didn't do very much. Just kind of chilled, with the family. We're going to California at the end of the month, and then we hitting Vegas again to see Usher again. But he will not be gyrating on my wife.
Oh my God! You say you ain't about to get caught up in that mess, huh?
No.
I ain't mad at that. I say happy belated, man. Happy belated.
Thank you. And I do have something special. I have a fragrance tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
This one right here, boy. Woo. This is Tom Ford Electric Cherry.
Okay. Good stuff. So what we talking, man? What we talking, man? What's the smell?
Cherry. Man? Ooh, this one right here. Woo. It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
Okay. All right. So that's the one, huh?
It's the one. This is the
All
one
right,
I
good
will be at the Usher concert on.
Oh.
And Remy better hold my hand the whole concert. Somebody might try to put me in their pocket.
Okay. There it is. Let's say there it is. Shout out to that. Shout out to that, man. Let me get some of these comments real quick and we get on into the show. I said we running a little behind, excuse us, but your boy over here, we running behind tonight, but we're gonna work it out. Let's see. Shout out to Eva Wright in the building. She said, cool, I was late. Oh no, you ain't getting no pass, Eva Wright. You ain't getting no pass because I'm over here running behind. Ain't no passes being given. Shout out to Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. Shout out to you, sis. We appreciate you always rocking with the platform. Shout out to my guy Donovan in the building as well. He said, happy Wednesday, folks. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you as always. Let's see who else we got in the building. Shout out to YouTube in the building. Let's see. We see a couple folks checking in from YouTube as well. Drop a comment. Let us know you're here. We see a couple folks from YouTube as well. Let me do this real quick while I'm thinking about it. All right, so here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge, on your Apple device. You can drop this in your browser and join us on the panel. I see you do have the ability to cut your camera off if you choose, but we always encourage you to keep your camera on for better show, better engagement. If you are using an Apple device, you have to use Safari to join the panel, so just keep that in mind. We also have this link in all the chat feeds, so you can catch it on the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube and Facebook. And you can also catch it at the Quay Price page on Facebook, or you can shoot me a message and I'll send it over to you. We'll lead us up here for a little bit for anybody who may need it. And let's see, you can drop a comment if you need to get it as well. We'll send it over to you. Okay. So we got all that out the way. Oh no, y'all ready to get on into this one? Okay. We get right on to it. Let's say anybody watch right now, do me a favor and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's say likes are free. So do me a favor, anybody watching right now, just hit the like button for us. Yeah, so we can get our great content seen by as many people as possible. So do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, cool. So let's get on into this conversation. So topic for tonight, people have too many rules and requirements. Run that back. Topic for tonight. People have too many rules and requirements. Okay. All right. So we got a couple videos tonight. I'm going to drop this link down for a minute. Anybody let me know if you need the link to the panel. So we got a couple videos tonight touching on this topic. So yeah, we'll get right into this and see where we take this conversation.
Pet peeves, and in my experience, it almost always happens when I date dudes. Not to say that women can't do it too, but in my experience, it's usually the cishet dudes. So I was on a date with this guy, really handsome, probably too handsome, which should have been a red flag, honestly. And he just yacked about himself. Didn't ask me any questions. I was yes-anding. I was following up. I was doing all the good dating things like be interested, not interesting, even though I'm very interesting. So we went on the date. We're getting to like an hour, which is usually when I feel like, okay, I can wrap this up. I can leave. And so I say, well, I have to go because I actually am catching a flight tomorrow, which was true. And he says, oh, you're catching a flight. Where are you going? I was still living in New York at the time. And I said, oh, I'm going to LA tomorrow. And he was like, really? Why are you going to LA? And I said, oh, well, I sold a television show. And so I've got some meetings and I'm doing like a work session with my producers. And he was like, wow, you work in TV? It's like, yep, this was fun. Bye. He didn't know anything about what it was that I did. And he was like, wait, when can I see you again? And I was like, this wasn't good. Never. Oh my God. Oh God.
Okay. Okay. So, topic for tonight: people have too many rules and requirements. Okay, so I'm sure you guys all saw the video. We had the young lady. Said she went on a date. Guess it didn't go so well according to the video, at least according to her. Man, I need to find the right. Let me see if I can find the right. You know what? Let me switch this up for the night. Let me go to my guy Hirsch. I'm coming to you first, man, because you just gave that look. What you think about what you just saw, man? You on mute, man. Come on off mute. I gotta hear this, man.
Okay.
Let me see if there you go.
I don't know. I'm just a little confused at the fact it seemed like she was enjoying the fact that she had a terrible date a little too much. She was laughing about it. I mean, I don't know. I get everything she was saying, about people, asking questions and, finding out about the person. But I mean, I don't know. You're not gonna find out a person's whole life story on the first date. Give it a chance. Give it a chance to just, even say if you even like the person in general, you could like to be in their company, So if she liked his company, but she just shut it down because he didn't ask for her whole biography. And she sounded like she was thinking she's just too big and like she's some big time person. So he's supposed to have been asking about her so she could brag about her stuff, it seemed like, but I don't know.
Okay. I hear that. Let me so I'm switching up tonight. Let me come over to my guy Vince. Vince, what you see, man?
To me, she seemed a little goofy on one end, and a lot of times that's why I just don't miss the dating scene, because sometimes you feel like you're on an interview and you try to throw all your requirements and your references, and she's a writer, and I have my meetings, and it's just irritating.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Let me go to Chloe. Chloe, what you thinking on that one?
I guess I'm confused. Or maybe I'm not, because on one end you'll hear women say men don't communicate, men don't talk. And apparently this man, he was in a talking kind of mood. He was talking all about himself. I mean, I think that instead of looking at it as a red flag, what you could have been doing is, instead of doing all the right things by ooh and eyeing over what he said, you could have really been paying attention to what he was saying, because it's a date, right? Like, instead of you having to do the interview setting where he asks you questions and you ask questions and then he asks you and the back and forth, you can listen to what he's volunteering. He's volunteering the information. Maybe you can listen to that, because there's probably something in that would actually give you at least a snapshot of his personality traits. I agree with Hirsch. Like, you're not going to know everything about a person within an hour of the first date, but maybe listen to what he's saying. And then when he's done speaking, or when he's gotten to a point in a conversation where there's a lull, then you can come in and you can volunteer some things about yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be a question and answer. It could be conversational style, like, and if you had something that you wanted to add, instead of just kind of, it was like she was saying she tolerated his conversation. And what if you would have actually been interested in this conversation enough to step in and say, okay, let me tell you, I have something really cool going on and I'm kind of nervous. I'm excited and I want to share it with you, because I think it's kind of cool. And it sounds like he was interested, because the minute he found out about it, he wanted to know more. And then he was obviously interested in her. So he had a completely different POV of how the date was going, because he actually asked for another date. He asked her for another date. So it's like, maybe that date you would have gotten a chance to talk all about yourself and all about what you were doing, and shared with him all about, what your life is like, because you're a pretty interesting person. So I mean, I just think that it doesn't have to necessarily be a red flag the first time you meet somebody and they talk a little bit too much. Like, that doesn't have to be a red flag the very first time you're meeting them, because the point is for you to get to know them. But I guess the reason why, it shouldn't be surprising is because we just talked about a few shows ago a woman saying she don't have any desire to sit across from a man while he talks and talks and talks. Like, shut up. And that's like literally what she said. So, either you guys want to know about these guys or you don't. But see, this is why you get caught up with dudes that are trash. And then you gotta come on the internet talking about it. And now we gotta listen to you talk about your trashy dates. Because you're not taking the time that you have on that very first date, actually getting to know enough about the individual to know if it's worth the trauma of you having the experience. Y'all don't want to hear what the dudes is saying. Y'all don't care. So I guess for me, I think I have to ask, are we making it harder? Dating is already tough enough from what I understand. Are we making it harder on ourselves by having all of these stupid rules and requirements? And he didn't ask me anything. Does he have to ask you? He volunteered information. Why don't you volunteer something? Like, I don't know.
No, that's real right there. That's real. Let me get some of these comments real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Eva Wright. She said, let's see, she wasn't listening to him. She could have said something to shift the convo. He could have been nervous. That's real. That's real right there. Let's see. Kenyatta said they were on 2 different dates. So this comment right here, I want to piggyback this comment right here. So Kenyatta said they were on 2 different dates. That's how I saw this situation too. Because this is my question right here. Let me keep it a buck. Because I mean, we got to get real about this thing. Question to some of the ladies out here. Why y'all playing with these dudes? Yeah, why you got this man out on this date, spending this money just for you to be ready to give him an hour? You're like you got this cat on some type of schedule or something. Like, whatever happened to actually going out on a date with a male or a female and going to see how it goes? Like, whatever happened to that? Yeah, now we talking about usually at an hour. That's when I wrap it up. It's just like, so then why you even got this brother out here on this date spending his money? Why don't you just take yourself out? Yeah, see, I wonder if we realize what we out here doing, right? This is just a little quick lesson to the ladies. Ladies, you got these dudes taking you out on these dates. You playing with these dudes. You bailing out on these dudes after they done paid for the meal and then took you to what we say, Vince, Roof Chris. Then took you to, you know what I'm saying, Mitchell's and Fleming's and everywhere else. Eddie V's done spent this money on you. Then you just want to play over this cat. Then you come back 2 weeks later, talking about you can't find nobody to take you out. And I'm wondering, I'm like, ladies, do y'all realize that these dudes are seeing this stuff? Like, that's why you got some dudes now saying they only doing coffee dates. Like, do you know why that happens? Because you playing around with them when they spending the real money. Yeah, I'll be honest with y'all. I've never went on a date with anybody with the mindset of we're gonna wrap this up by within an hour. I never had that mindset. Yeah, I went on the date to see how the young lady was, to spend some time, get to know her, have a little something to eat, have a couple drinks, and see what the vibe is. And now we going in it, what I'm saying? We going into everything with this transactional mindset. Everything got these time limits on it. And, did he do it this way? Did he pick me up in this? Did he? It's all of this just transactional stuff going on. And I'm like, what happened to the whole organic interaction? Like, what happened to that? Because see, what you don't, I don't think people realize is the organic interaction is where you're going to learn the most about the person. See, when you pull the restrictions off, when you pull the time limits off, when you pull off the how much is he paying for the meal, that's when you're going to see what it is. That's when he going to decide where he going to take you. Based on what he decide, that's going to answer a question for you right there about the brother. Then once y'all get to the location and sit down and kick it, do whatever y'all do, depending on how he moved, that's going to answer certain questions that you don't even have to ask now. And that goes for the woman as well. Yeah, fellas is going to observe the situation and how it's playing out. That's going to answer questions for us that you don't even have to ask. But now because we so transactional, I said to Kenyatta's point, on 2 different dates, not even locked in on the date, then this is the outcome that we see, and then wonder why things ain't working. Let me get another comment came in. Let's see. Kenyatta said it sounds like another conversation for her to have with her friends, like a flex or bragging. Exactly. Yeah, you can tell from the video that the young lady, she was already ready to go tell somebody how she just played this dude and how she just left him hanging because he wasn't entertaining her. Yeah, you can hear it. You already know that's what she about to go do. Let me go catch this flight. Let me let y'all know I just had this dude pay for this meal, but he wasn't about nothing. He only made it an hour. She can't wait to go tell that story. So I think we got to get real out here, man, because this ain't no game. And this is definitely not how you date. It's definitely not how you date.
I mean, I guess I'm just confused. We, and we didn't react to this because everybody has reacted to this. But, you got the chick earlier this week. Yes, the chick earlier this week that didn't want to go into the Cheesecake Factory. Talking about I want to be courted. It's like, this is confusing to me. Like Vince said, y'all starting to look real goofy out here. Like, how you want to be courted and a man courts you. I mean, courting is courting. It's not it's a process. That means you're getting to know him, he's getting to know you, and it happens over the span of time. It's not speed dating. That's different. You guys say you want to be courted. That means, yeah, you're going to get to know him, he's going to get to know you. You guys are going to go on several dates. They're going to be different kinds of dates. It's not going to always be coffee. It's not going to always be the restaurant. It's not going to always be, sometimes it's going to be you guys go to the park. Sometimes it's going to be all kinds of things, because the point is you're trying to find out if this is your person. You don't find out if someone is your person within an hour. You find out whether or not you want to sleep with them within an hour. But that's something different. Let's call a thing a thing. You weren't attracted to this man like that. Because if you were, you wouldn't have cared that he was talking for an hour, because you would have been hanging on every word. You wouldn't have had to have pretended like you were interested. You would have actually been interested. So then that leads me to ask the question, why did you say yes to the date? Attractive? Because you said he was attractive, but too attractive. So let me get this straight. He was attractive, but he was too attractive. He talked, but he talked too much. He was interested, but he wasn't interested enough. I mean, y'all, if you listen to that, like, what dude is putting up with that and why? It's confusing. You're confused. So can you blame a guy? I mean, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is it's really starting to look like Love Dorsey was right. You guys always want to put yourselves in a situation where you're the victim. He's a good guy. He took me to a restaurant. We had, but he talked. It's a date. You're supposed to talk. This one, I really wanted to talk about this one because for me, what these little bitty with these little segments, these video pieces, what they do is it's just building up a case. You know, this is a case study, really. That's why we use these videos, because it proves a point. It takes all of the things that men have been saying this whole time, and it goes, here you are. This is yourself. And women, do you watch these back? And I don't mean like, do you watch them back collectively? Because if you watch all of these videos collectively and you hear all of these women talking about all of these situations, you go, this is ridiculous. We sound ridiculous. And then you want to say, men don't date anymore. Why would they? Like, I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm so glad that I'm not dating right now, because this is like, you know what? Shout out to the men that are still taking women on dates. God bless you.
That's real. That's real. Let me go to my guy Vince. You want to say something, man?
I think also that some people are so used to talking about themselves that they don't know how to communicate.
Facts.
She seemed like she might have been the braggadocious type, to whereas if it's not all about her, and she doesn't want to be bothered. I've actually dated people like that, you know. This one in particular, she was a nurse, and every time we went somewhere, everybody had to know that she was a nurse, and it got very irritating. I remember one time that we were at my family's function, and it was a lot of different people there, and I usually don't tell people what I do. People that know what I do know, so I don't have to brag. So she was talking about she went to Eastern, and she's a nurse, and she had a master's, and you know she's a good person, but she's real braggadocious. But but you don't look at those red flags until you see that that's irritating. So this older lady gonna say, "Oh, well, she's very accomplished. What does he do?" And I said, I live off of beautiful women. And my mother was there, God rest her soul. And I told my mother, she always, oh, my son, da, 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 da. And so she got to go. And my son do this, my son. I said, Mom, you ain't got to do all that. So some people are just so into themselves that they don't really know how to communicate if it's not talking about them and their accomplishments.
Right. No, that's real. That's real right there. You want to say something, Herschel? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm piggybacking off of Vince. That's what I was thinking. It's like she was very self-centered. There's a lot of people out here in the world are just more self-centered nowadays, and she showed a lot of narcissistic tendencies. And that's the problem. I mean, back in the day, my knowledge is like when you go out on a date, it's about or just in general, any type of relationship thing. It's like more about what can you provide, what can you put into it, not about what are you getting in or what about me, what's in it for me type of thing. It's more like what are you giving out and what are you looking for? Are you seeking like so for example, for a date, like for me, I'm thinking about the female. I'm not thinking about me, but the problem is nowadays too many people are just into their own selves. If they don't like this, or they don't like that, or it's not this, and it's like that's not you missing the whole thing. You'll be taken care of if you just saw yourself here and focus on, your part, but they may miss the mark. And then they see on the other side, and then they keep searching until they're in the grave.
Real talk. That's real talk right there, man. Appreciate it. Let me get some of these comments and we're going to flip up real quick. Shout out to Janine Martin in the building. She said the world has become so backwards and most of it is from social media, seeing all the glitz and glamour and never the behind the scenes, the real life. Yeah, no, that's real right there. A lot of folks, they will try to emulate what they see on the front end, or try to live what they see on the front end of some of these things off of social media. But to your point, Janine, they have no idea what is going on the back end. They don't know about the fights. They don't know about the bloody lips. They don't know about none of that. They just think somebody just happily whatever, and that is not the case. And at the end of the day, a lot of folks today suffer from a lack of effort. They don't want to put in any work, but they just want to arrive at the finished product. And that's not how that works. You know, and I think a lot of folks are figuring that out the hard way. But great comment, great comment. Let's see, my guy Donovan, he says she accepted the date. Ladies are out here test driving as much as men, in some cases more than men. That's valid too, Donovan. That was why I made the point earlier, you know, for the young lady. It's like, why are you playing with these cats? Why are you even on a date with this cat? Because see, this is my thing. Let me just put it out here. This is my thing. So, ladies, if y'all go on a date with this fella and the date is just that whack, why don't y'all cut it short before he pay the bill? Yeah, let me go ahead and stir up some controversy. Why don't y'all cut the date short before he pays the bill and you done enjoyed your Ruth Chris or your Flemings? If the date is that bad.
No, I want to eat. I'm going to eat. That's the consolation prize.
Bruh.
I'm going to eat. Because she didn't say nothing about the food.
Right.
Okay.
That's a good point. She sure didn't. She sure didn't. Oh, man. Let's see. Janine said, let's see, a lot of people are so about the bag. Let's see, that bag also has become people and what people can do for them financially. How a relationship starts, that's usually the basis of how it will always go and ultimately end. No, that's valid as well.
I bet she finished that food.
Oh, you already know. You already know.
That food.
Yeah, I had to throw that out there because I'm like, ladies, y'all know y'all can always cut it short. But I noticed y'all don't cut it short though. Yeah, y'all go in. What you say, Vince? What you say, old girl that started? What you say she wanted the surf and turf? Is that what it was?
Our first date, she orders the surf and turf. Oh, this is what I regularly order. I said, well, you better hope it's pretty good. It's the last date we going on. And it wasn't about the meal. I mean, it was just about the principle.
Right.
We on the first date, first time we met, and you order the most expensive thing on the menu. I don't care if it is something that you eat all the time. You just don't do that. That's rude.
Right.
Yep. Real talk. Real talk. Yep. Real talk. All right. Let me get some more of these comments. Mute up real quick, Vince. All right. Let's see. Tiffany Weaver. Shout out to Tiffany in the building. She said, let's see, I have a guy friend that has dated several of my friends, and the common complaint I've heard and witnessed as a friend is he talks too much about himself. Let's see, it's one-sided. Let's see, a conversation goes both ways. A woman wants to know you're engaged and into her. Okay.
Question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Like, I get that. That makes sense to me. But I guess I don't understand it though. I get it, but I don't understand it. What I mean by that is, so at no point do these women have an opportunity to assert themselves in the conversation. They don't, he monopolizes the conversation to the point where they can't talk about themselves at all. Like they don't get a chance to enter the conversation at all. I'm just curious because women, from what I see, especially women today, are pretty assertive. So I'm kind of surprised that they're not getting an opportunity to insert themselves into the conversation and, participate. I guess I'm just, I don't know, because I can't be on a date with anybody. It really wouldn't matter. I mean, you guys see, you know, because you watch the show. I'm not going to be on a date with anybody and not talk. So I don't care how much you talk. I'm going to talk. So I guess I don't get it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Vince. You want to say something?
That's so funny because the first time me and Remy talked on the phone, she actually said I talked a lot. And I probably do because I have a lot to talk about. So sometimes these ladies are so used to dealing with dudes that don't have very much to talk about. And it's usually all about them and what they got going on. But I think that the problem is sometimes ladies are used to dealing with men where they're the prize and he's not the prize.
Mm.
When he's the prize, he might have a little something to say because he got something to talk about.
Okay, that's another perspective. That's another perspective.
And then also, it's good that he is talking because you get to listen and really get to see what he's about. A guy that's not talking might have something to hide. But see, that kind of goes back to what people are used to.
Okay, there's another perspective for the ladies. Another perspective. Let's see. Janine dropped one. She said, "Yeah." Let's see. Yeah, she finished that food and ordered dessert. Oh, you already know. You already know. All right, let me flip us up. I gotta get us into the cover. Let me flip us up. We got one more. So we're gonna keep with the topic. People have too many rules and requirements.
My shot when I know the shot is going to like make it.
You only shoot 6 shots?
I'm making layups. I ain't doing threes. I ain't doing no mid ranges. I'm scared to shoot a shot. If I get turned down my night room, I'm going to home.
You tripping out here.
I can't do it. I'm fake shy. Like, I'm not shy. I'll talk to whoever. But if I like somebody, I'm weird as
I'm on like some Steph Curry. I'll be shooting my shot, just throwing that thing in. I'll hit it real quick. I like you and I want you.
No.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
I'm Fantasia. I'm like, I start to stutter when you come around.
No,
I'll be
my
I'm about to turn around when you walk. You turn around like this. Like, oh, here you come. I'm a real nut.
All right. So we got another video right there. So we got two ladies on the couch, talking about shooting shots. So I'm gonna pose this question to the fellas just to start this out. So I'm gonna go to Hirsch or Vince, either one. Should ladies shoot they shot? Give me y'all opinion. Should the ladies shoot they shot? Go ahead, Hirsch.
I think in this world, anybody can shoot their shot. If they see somebody they're interested in and they think the person's not really gonna do it and they don't want to miss out on the opportunity, like I say, just go for it, but it's all about how you do it. And like I'll give you an example. For me, this happened probably about 5-6 years ago. I was sitting at Fridays. I was at the bar watching the football game, and there was a group of girls. I was just solo, and I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there for nothing. I was just there to watch the game. Sure. And she sits next to me, and her girls, and they're yapping and everything. And I guess she found me attractive. She liked me, whatever. And because I wasn't paying her no attention, she looked nice, but her mouth was too loud. That's the problem with her. So then I had a drink, and this was, I guess she called shooting her shot. She just takes it upon herself to grab my drink and look at it and say, "What is this?" And so I'm like, well, I told her what it was and this and that. And then, she put it back down and this and that. I guess she was trying to spark up conversation. I'm still trying to watch the game. I'm not thinking about her. Next thing eventually like 5 minutes passed. So then she's gonna say to me, she say, "So you're not gonna buy me a drink?" Y'all know what I said? I looked over at her and I said, "No." And then she smacked her lips, and I guess because normally maybe she's not, maybe some little clowns or something like that, or would have went and bought her a drink. What you want? And all that type of, no. I don't even know who you are. I'm not here for you. You didn't shoot your shot the right way. You know what I'm saying? You just all of a sudden just like you're just entitled to just somebody buying you a drink. If you would have came at me a little differently, maybe so, but like no, you like you expecting it. So I'm saying it's a way to do it and a way not to do it. And too often is that way that I see when ladies are shooting their shot. So I think they should probably sometimes just leave it back to the natural way where like the guy just kind of, approach you, I guess that's kind of the way for it to actually blend and work right. Cause they most time they don't know what they're doing, but that's my feedback, my experiences.
Okay, so you said they shooting bricks. They ain't shooting no shots. Is that what you saying?
Air balls, all that.
Oh my God!
All right, I ain't mad at that. Let me go to Vince. What you think about that, Vince? Should the ladies be shooting their shots or should they fall back? What you say, man?
I would say this. The Godfather said that a lady should drop her handkerchief. So they should. It should be subtle and very feminine, very classy. I work out and I have a few single ladies that are there, and they always ask me, and I say, "Well, just smile, just smile, just." It doesn't have to be you trying to, just smile. And if if he's interested, he'll talk to you. But I think in this day and age, because of the way things are, and sometimes men are uncomfortable approaching women now because you got the stone faces out here, and you got the don't talk to me, and so a guy might not be, know that you're available. So if you drop that handkerchief right, pull your chair out and kind of be fumbling with the chair, a gentleman is gonna come over there and you need some help with this chair, young lady. You gotta drop your handkerchief.
Okay, there it is. So you saying they gotta finesse it a little bit. That's basically what you saying. Okay. I hear that. Let me get some of these comments, then I'm gonna come to you, Chloe. Let's see. Janine said aggressive mindset women are scary. She said, I still believe in us women being the challenge, the chase. Okay. All right. Shout out to that comment. Let's see. Janine also said the pandemic messed a lot of people up. No, that's facts. That's facts. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see, ladies shooting their shots. He said, sure, why not? That's how I got into my 4-year encountering relation entangleship. Entangleship? Wait.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. That was giving me some Jada vibes, man. We ain't doing no entangleships over here, man. What you mean? What you mean, Donovan? I was just playing with you, brother. I know what you're talking about. All right, Donovan also said her approach was genuine and very ladylike. Okay, so she gave you the ladylike shot. Okay. Hey, man. Let's see. Kenyatta said, okay, I shot mine. Well, she said, I'm happy over here, 4 years and counting, and it's all about the approach. No, that's facts. All right, Chloe, let me come on up to you, Chloe. So what you think? Should the ladies be shooting a shot, or should they just fall back? What you think?
See, I don't think that I would agree with Vince. Can you hear me? Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, I would agree with Vince. Like, I don't think that it's necessarily shooting your shot. Like, I do think that's for the men. But like Vince said, you can definitely let him know you're interested, right? I think there's subtle ways to let him know you're interested, and that would make him more comfortable to shoot his shot, right? So I guess if you want to call that shooting your shot, I probably wouldn't refer to it like that. But I think you can just let him know you're interested, and it's the art of seduction. Like, I just feel like as women, what we've lost by adopting these more masculine traits is we've lost our feminine wiles. Like, we've lost the ability to use them properly. Like, it's kind of like what John was saying last week when he was like, women should have a bit of manipulation. It's not necessarily to take advantage of a man, but it's the art of seduction. We should never lose that because it's very feminine. It's not to try to take advantage of a man. It's more of, being, it's our way of being more subtle, but being intentional. And it's a very feminine way to do it. And I think that that's what we've lost the art of. And I think when you put us in an environment where we're dating through apps and we're networking through Zoom and Teams, and when you do that, it makes it very impersonal. And I think that's what's happening, right? So now we don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to communicate. Women don't know how to just make themselves available. That's really all you're doing, is making yourself available. They think making yourself available is a bad thing. You don't want to be too available, but it's weird. It's weird because you don't want to make yourself available because you don't want a man to think you're available, but you rather have to shoot your shot. It's so masculine. Like, I guarantee you, knowing what I've learned about Kenyatta all this time, that she wasn't Steph Curry all around Donovan. Like that's not how it works. That's gonna get you turned down and egg on your face, just like old girl that tried to bully her way into a drink. With Hirsch. Like, that's not how you do that. Like, so I just think that when women put themselves in this masculine space and it is masculine energy, that's what you get. Is you shouldn't be shooting your shot. If anything, he should be shooting his shot, and you should be deciding whether or not you want to accept the attention and whether or not you want to accept. So I don't know. I mean, making yourself available, yes. Shooting your shot, nah. I ain't with it. I think we need to stay in our feminine frame.
No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, no, sometimes I wonder, I think sometimes I feel like this goes back to the fact that we don't really ask each other what we want or what we like. Yeah, I think we just make a lot of assumptions. Yeah, but sometimes I just wonder if we actually just took the time to ask the opposite sex, what do y'all like? Like, if the ladies just ask the men, like, what do you find sexy? Right? Like what do the fellas like? So they know how to play that. But see, I don't think that process happens. The same with the fellas. I think fellas rarely ask women like, how y'all want this to flow? Like, I don't think those conversations are taking place, which I know we try to do them on this show, but I don't think out in the masses those conversations are taking place. So we just make a lot of assumptions. Because I'll use Hirsch's example. You got a young lady. First of all, you at the bar Fridays watching the game. Young lady come sit, come walk up, sit next to you, come grabbing on your drink. That's not the move. Like that's not the move. First of all, don't touch my drink. I don't know you. That's the first thing. Two, you know what I'm saying? Herschel watching the game. He trying to be in his little private time, minding his business. So it's like, if you want to slide in on a brother like that, then you got to come in a little smoother than that. You might want to come up and, hey, what's the score? He might be like, hey, it's Lions 20, you know what I'm saying? Tampa 6. And you might be like, oh, okay, cool. And then you go and call the bartender, hey, let me get a such and such, such and such. So now you sit next to him, he watching the game, you over here with your little lemon drop or whatever you got. And you might just be talking scores with Herschel while he's sitting here at the bar. So he might not mind kicking it with you, just on some talking some football stuff. But before you know it, y'all might connect. Then next round, he's on the way of getting himself another beer. He might be like, hey, grab another little lemon drop. She cool, people. And next thing you know, it's popping. But you coming up, grabbing somebody's drink, that's not how you do that. Yeah, especially not with a brother down in his little quiet time getting his game on. You know how hard it is to get these Lions to win out here. So he trying to enjoy himself, and here you come. So it's like just simple things like that. Sometimes I wonder if we just really had those conversations. I said, which we try to have. If we just had those conversations to understand what the fellas like, what the ladies like, except, versus making all these assumptions we make, I think this thing would be totally different. But yeah, I'm going to throw one more curveball in here, then we're going to get on up out of here. I wasn't going to keep y'all on here all night tonight. We got a late start. But I'm going to throw one last one in here, one little curveball. I'm going to see what y'all say.
The women, man, it's an imbalance to chase a woman who you are supposed to take care of financially. It's like, how? Like, you're supposed to chase a woman and chase after her while she's dealing with other people, and you're supposed to chase after her to take care of her. Like, you the one that got to come out the pocket, the resources, and provide and protect. And you chasing, why are you chasing after somebody to do that? Like, you supposed to be chasing me because it ain't that many of me. It's a whole bunch of yous.
All right, so this brother right here, he's Oh no, he kind of contradicting a little bit. So he say the fellas shouldn't be chasing after these ladies.
I rebuke that.
Say that again.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Absolutely.
You got a little too much estrogen going on.
Wait, go ahead and say something. What you want to say about that, Herschel? My man, he ain't right. What you say?
I said you got a little too much estrogen going on.
Oh, he living in his feminine energy.
Yeah, I mean, I get
his soft girl era.
I get what he's saying, but no, I mean, when I was brought up and raised, I mean, you're supposed to chase the woman. I mean, you're supposed to just seek, and you ain't supposed to be get played, but you can't. I don't know. You can't I seem like nowadays everybody's trying their best to trying to prevent things and trying to be like detectives and trying to, I mean, if you get played, you get played. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just deal with it and just keep moving. And learn from that mistake, or whatever. But you I don't know. He's just trying to everybody's trying to get stuff the easy way. I mean, I don't know.
So let me ask you this. You made a good point. You said that a lot of people are just trying to get stuff the easy way. Do you think it's possible that people are trying to get stuff the easy way because we've made it too hard?
Yeah, that's because it sound like he might have got burnt too many times, where he's put in too much or did this or done that too much, and then he got nothing out of it at the end of the day. So it's very discouraging, and it's very I mean, I can relate to that. I feel like in my lifetime, I've gotten used more than I can count on. More than I can count. Because I was being a kind person, or I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Right.
You just got the wrong person, or the person that selfish person, but you got to continue. I mean, that's not going to make me say, okay, from now on, now I'm going to be the woman, and now she's going to take me out and take care of me, so I won't get, no, sorry, I can't sign up for that. I can't subscribe to that.
I got you.
I'm not feeling it.
I got you. I ain't mad at that. Let me go to Vince. Vince, what you think about my man? Is he tripping? What you hear, man?
I got a little different take on it, because I've only been married for 4 years, so I got a little dating experience. So what I think my perception is that sometimes these ladies will put you in the, oh, you just an ordinary guy category, when you ain't an ordinary guy. It is what it is. So I had a young lady who wanted to play me like, I'm gonna date you, but I'm gonna date somebody else too. Don't work for me.
Nope.
Sorry, it just don't work for me. I'm not that dude. Sorry, I'm just not that dude. So I understand what he's saying is like, I want to say it the right way. I don't want to come off, but I'm gonna say, you know how I get down. I'm gonna say sometimes when you that dude, you just that dude, and you're not gonna settle for nothing else, because you are top 10% of dudes out here, and if you want this life, then you fall in line. So when I met Remy, she seen what and she ain't try to play around, and I'm not gonna call him, and I'm not gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do that, because she knew I was serious. I told her from I like, look, I'm looking for a wife. I'm not looking to play around. So if you trying to date me and date somebody else, that ain't gonna work. I've done that, and we're gonna be serious with each other. We're gonna see where it go. So I kind of feel them a little bit on that way, because the ladies will try to put you like you just some ordinary dude out here. So that's just my thought on it.
Okay, there it is. Go ahead, Chloe. You want to say something?
Well, I have to come from a female perspective.
Oh, hit that mute, Vince. My bad.
Okay.
I have to come from a female perspective, and I would just say this. I think that when you are a woman who takes pride in having standards, and you know how to carry yourself, you know how to present yourself, then I think it's absolutely okay. It's normal, and you should expect for a man to want to pursue you. Period. I am not chasing you. I don't care. I told God I wasn't going to curse. I don't care. Okay. I don't care how much of a man you are. I don't care if you think you're the man. That's cool. You can be the man. I'm the woman. I'm that Okay. So you are absolutely going to pursue me. You are. You're going to pursue me. I'm not going to pursue you. I'm not. I'm not. So if that means we're not going to be together, I guess we're not going to be together. You missed. Because, but here's the thing though, ladies. You have to actually be that girl. You can't be pretending to be that girl. You have to be that girl. And being that girl is not the weaves, it's not the lashes, it's not the fake fingernails, it's not that you can, when you're done beating your face, you look a completely different color. That's not that girl. That's not the girl. Because at the end of the day, a man can get that girl anywhere. He can get the weave, the lashes, the behind, the nails, they all out here with that get up. That uniform is universal. So
everywhere.
That ain't the girl. That stuff is not what makes you the girl. It's the other things, the things that you guys don't want to do anymore, things a lot of women don't want to do anymore, that makes you that girl. And if you are that girl, then you are supposed to be pursued. You should not have to step out of you. You should not have to step outside of your feminine frame. You should not have to do any of that. And that dude is going to see that in you. He's going to recognize that in you, and he's going to want to chase you. All I would say to that though is, first actually be that girl, actually have done the work. And then you can demand that. But if you haven't done the work, and if you know that you are not presenting a product that's worth what you claim you want, then you got to realign your value. I mean that just is what it is. At the end of the day, that's it.
Okay, there it is. Oh, did we lose Vince? I think we just lost Vince. I think he's about to say something. Let me get a couple of these comments. I'll hold tight for you, Vince. I know he's about to say something. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see, you got to chase her and continue chasing her once she's locked in. Okay. That's that consistency. I'm not mad at that. See, Donovan also said women do get bored. Idle mind is, who's play. Yeah. No, we know the rest of it. We know the rest of it. Let's see. Donovan also said, let's see, relation to Vince's comment. Let's see, any previous dating experience with women who were exercising options. I kindly exited stage right. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Castle said we ain't gonna play like that. Go ahead, Vince. You want to say something?
And I was just saying, like, I have a close friend of mine, of me and my wife, and she's about 42, but very attractive lady. And I think what he meant is sometimes these ladies be trying to put you through unnecessary hoops. Like, for instance, she met a guy. He was attractive. She said she wasn't gonna call him. He was gonna have to call her, which he called her, and then they went out, and he asked her, "So, are you gonna call me tomorrow, or are you gonna call me?" And she was like, "Well, I don't know, that you'll probably have to call me." And then she said, "Well, can I get another date, or can we go out again?" "I don't know. I'll let you know." I'm like, but then she's talking about this guy, good looking guy, good job, nice house, single. And you go try to make him jump through all these hoops. It's like, if you like him, then just go ahead and date the guy. You trying to, well, I'm not gonna call him. And then she said, well, he had to, and then he took her to Prime 29 on the first date, which might have been his first mistake. But it might not have been nothing to him. He might do that all the time, But I think that's where he coming from, was like the whole, I got to jump through unnecessary hoops when I'm not trying to move in with you, babe. I'm not trying to drive your car. I got my own. See, these other guys will do all that because they're trying to get something out of you. They're trying to get into your pants. But I don't have to do all that, I understand what he said. It's a lot of me. You trying to get me to a certain extent. Yes, I'm trying to get you, but you trying to treat me like the average cat out here that's got to, I'm not going to jump through all them hoops. And I've had ladies who seen my wife and like, well, why ain't you? I said, because you was trying to, I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to do, because I don't have to. And she didn't have to. So I wasn't one-sided. So I get what he's talking about. I mean, she was trying to, No, I'm not gonna call him. I said, but you said you like him. Call the brother. Well,
Right.
I'm like, see, those are the games that I played out here, Chloe. See, you don't probably, they be playing a lot of games out here. They want somebody to jump through a whole bunch of hoops, but then I also know that she done let the other guy hit who ain't taking to Coney Island.
My response to that, though, is once again, ladies, be worthy of being pursued. And as long as you are worthy of being pursued, then you should expect that, and that's what you should require. To men, I would say set boundaries. I think we talk a lot about what women do, but you don't really have to participate in that. Just like you said, Vince, you said once you found out, she wanted to date other people, you was like, I'm cool, I don't do that. That's you setting boundaries. So she's not going to get a chance to take advantage of you in that way because you've already said, no, I'm not doing it. Right? So I think that's the difference. See, men are out here, some allowing that type of behavior. And then they got to get on video and talk about how I'm not chasing you. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm all of this, and I'm all of that. Well, if you're all of this and you all of that, bet better. Better. You're right. You have the pick of the litter. So why is this the one that you're on the World Wide Web talking about? Why are you talking about these types of chicks? Why are you even fooling with them? This shouldn't be your experience. You that man. See, what I'm trying to say is if we're going to call everybody to the front of the congregation, then let's do that. We're going to keep the same energy for men and the same energy for women. Men, if this is what you're saying you are, then I don't want to hear about that man talking about the women he came up against. Because the minute you sniff that out in her, that's it, deal breaker. And then you ain't got to worry about being taken advantage of because as soon she might get a day out of you, might. If you don't catch it early, she might get one day. But you can charge that one day to the game and be like, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. It's like that better. And then you don't have to be out here talking about something. You need to be chasing me. Knowing that just last week you was talking about how these women are too masculine. Don't ask a woman to step out of her masculine frame and chase you. Then when you get a woman that's willing to chase you, then she's going to be too masculine for you. Because she's going to want to run the relationship. Because she basically put herself in your position. And women, don't be out here talking about you got to take me on this kind of date and I don't go to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, look at me and all of this. Don't be doing all of that when you know that just like Vince said, the last dude you went out didn't take you out at all. He just took you to the motel.
Bruh.
And not even somewhere nice. He was paying by the hour. Let's just call it what it is. I think we both, if we gonna have this conversation, let's have a conversation. Men, y'all out here getting played because y'all playing yourselves. And ladies, y'all out here, you can't get courted because you're not court worthy.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I'm like, I thought you was over. You talking about the motel? I'm like, the Bluebird. What's she talking about? I don't know what that's all about. The red roof. What's she saying?
Take your pick.
What you know about them hour rates, Chloe, Miss Church Girl?
I don't know about it. I mean, I know they exist. I know they exist. But
that's what I'm saying. Everybody don't know about them hourly. That's what I'm like. Hold on.
I'm not a by the hour kind of chick. So.
Oh man. All right. Let's see. We're gonna get up out of here tonight. We ain't gonna run this thing all night. I'm gonna take some closing. We're gonna get on out of here. So I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna hit Hirsch, Chloe hit Vince, then we're gonna get on out of here. Hirsch, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, I guess so. This is unrelated to this, I guess. It's more so just more about just I don't know, family thing. You know, I've been thinking a lot recently about family and uh people that are aging and in your life because we're getting older, you know, and
Right.
just things are just transitioning. You know, life is really fast, you know. And so like I saw like a post, or I don't know what, I forgot what it was. If it was a post or it was a story or something, it was a long lengthy paragraph. A guy was talking about how he lives out of state and he visits his parents every year for Thanksgiving or whatever holiday or something like that. So you said one day he just did the math and just counted how many times probably he may have if he continues on at that rate, he probably technically would you know, see his family like maybe 20 more times. You know what I'm saying? If you just look at it like that. And then the reality hit him like, wow, that's like really not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, that's it. Yes, all, you know, until they like, you know, they may pass on or whatever like that. So it's something to think about. So I'm just telling everybody out there, just try to, you know, just latch on to some of your family members. Reach out to some people that you haven't talked to in a minute, you know, because like I recently lost my grandfather. And it's like you know, I was really close when I was growing up and everything. But when I had responsibility, became an adult, you know, I stopped seeing him as much as I probably should have or wanted to. So, you know, you have some regrets here and there, and it's like you're thinking like, wow, you know, it's like you just never realize before the next thing you know, people are not here anymore. And so just try to value your family, people. Try to just spend as much time as with your loved ones as you can. And that's me for the night.
No, that's real, man. Like I said, that's a valid point. And just to kind of tie that into the conversation tonight, that's why we do a lot of these conversations, man. Like I said, these relationships are important. Yeah, while we out here bucking each other and playing and going on dates with fellas, playing with them, and fellas playing around, and like while we doing all these things, man, we are lacking relationships. Yep, and to your point, Hurst, before you know it, time has ran out. Yeah, we playing around in our 30s, talking about we don't need somebody. We get in our 40s, talking about, I want somebody, but I don't need nobody. Next thing you know, you 50, 60, 70, and you like, dang, I wish I had somebody. So that's why these conversations we have, man, are so important, man, because I said we got to try to restore these relationships, especially between black men and black women. We got to restore these relationships, man, before it's too late. Yeah, we got to restore these relationships for the kids that's coming behind us. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons why we had these conversations, man. Like I said, to try to get us back on track, get us back tied together, because that's important. Yeah, because we don't want to end up in that situation, like you said, where you know we've gotten old and you just missed out on all these opportunities in the relationships that could have been could have been helping move you forward. So no, that's a great point, man. Great closing, man. So I just want to piggyback off of that real quick. Let me go to Chloe. Chloe, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
I mean, really, just really simple. I think that we should probably sit with what Hirsch said. So I don't want to really take the attention off of that. I think it's really just about us remembering that we're dealing with people, right? These are people that we're talking about, right? I know we react to these videos and it's cool. You know, people are giving us this content, right? But really, we're doing this because it's time for us to really take a look at ourselves for real and just really look at the foolishness that we're entertaining, and how ridiculous it all is. When you look at what's important in life, really, I think that when it's time for us to end this place, right, or this experience, all we'll have is like our memories. That's what we'll have. And so we'll have the memories of the people who left us behind. And I just think that we letting all this silly stuff come between us. Who pursues who? Did he talk too much at dinner? Did he not talk enough? It's just like, this is ridiculous, you guys. We're supposed to be trying to get to know each other. We're supposed to be trying to build towards something. Like, I think we're just talking about people having too many rules and requirements. This is why it's so hard. This is why it's so hard for us. It's our fault. Like it doesn't have to be this complicated. And especially in an environment where you have all of these resources now to meet people. I mean, when we were meeting each other, you had to meet the person face to face. Like, you didn't have any other option. You just had whoever was in your direct group or whoever was in your community around you. That was it. Now, at the click of a button, you can interact with people in other states, in other countries, and now we have all this access. But for some reason, it's becoming harder for us to actually be able to come together. And I just think it's because what we're doing and how challenging we're being. And I just think, I take a look at ourselves, and I think we're taking ourselves too seriously. I think we think way more of ourselves than we should, and I just think we're making it hard. And I would just challenge everybody to really just sit back and think about all of the relationships that have passed them by, and ask yourself, like, what could I have done differently? Because it starts with you.
Facts. I appreciate that. My guy Vince, you want to say anything before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, these conversations, I love having these conversations because the one thing it does, it makes me appreciate the wonderful, beautiful wife that I have. And I like having it. I think that more people need to listen to these conversations to understand, what they do have. I see so many of my Facebook friends and my other friends are getting divorces and leaving marriages after a couple years, and the baby is 2 or 3 years old, and you don't want to get in people's business because everybody mind your business, don't get in people's business. But when you seen how that turns out for the kids, you want to say something. You want to say, try a little bit harder, try to get back to where you was, try to do something different, think about your children, because I'm all about the kids. We have to do something different for our kids. And as far as this dating thing, we got to stop playing games out here. For the people that want to date, want to meet somebody, go into it with a clean slate and with an open mind and trying to meet people. Don't go in there because you trying to get a meal or you trying to get some sex or whatever it is. I just think we need to be more honest with each other, stop playing games, and let me get off here so I can go cuddle with my wife.
There it is. I ain't mad at that. Oh man, I said shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. I'll just say this in closing. We running out of time. Yeah, we running out of time, man. I think a lot of folks in the mindset that we just got all this time. Yeah, I think folks feel like they can just keep going through these motions, keep playing these games, and somehow somebody's just gonna fall out the sky. It's not how that works. Yeah, but it involves being intentional. It involves work. It involves being authentic, and it also involves patience. Yeah, but if you're not ready to do that, then just step aside, because there's a lot of folks out here who are ready to do that because they're tired of playing. So, man, let's get real out here, man. Let's get serious. Let's really examine our requirements, all these requirements and rules we got around a date. Putting dudes on time limits 1 hour and then you tapping out and all this nonsense. Let's really examine what we doing out here. Yeah, let's make our way back to organic dating. Let's make our way back to face-to-face conversation. Let's back up off some of these apps. Like, let's get back to that old school tried and true that we know works. That's why a lot of us here right now, because that tried and true dating, that's how we got here. So, man, let's just get real. I said, let's just get serious. That's all I'm going to say. But, man, shout out to Eva Wright in the building. Shout out to Lily Robinson in the building. Donovan Crawford in the building. Let's see, Kenyatta in the building. Janine Martin in the building. Tiffany Weaver in the building. I think that's everybody who was dropping comments. I think I got you, Donovan. I said, shout out to my panel, Chloe, Vince, Hirsch in the building. I said, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Every Wednesday night, we go live on YouTube and Facebook, so definitely like, share, and subscribe. Let's say once again, happy belated to my guy Vince. Appreciate you, brother, always supporting the platform, holding us down. And man, we got one more. Crystal Reed in the building. Shout out to okay, Crystal Reed. We know you here. Hold on, my bad. Hey, Crystal Reed. Shout out to Reed in the building. Shout out to Reed in the building. Plus, it's Kandid Konvos. We do the show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So, man, like I said, we appreciate you guys. Definitely hit that like button for us. Hit the like button before you leave out of the show. And definitely share out the show. Like I said, we want to get this content to as many of our people as possible because we are trying to change our trajectory as a whole. That's why we're here. Yeah, we run away from no topics. We will have a conversation around anything that affects us. Yeah, so like I said, shoot me the topics. We're going to have a conversation. And like I said, definitely come join us on the panel. I know some folks scared to get on the panel, but you can cut your camera off if you choose. It's up to you. But we always encourage folks to join us on the panel. But, man, with that being said, we're going to get on up out of here. Everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys next Wednesday.